Elon is making a play for OpenAI, or is he? A little history here. Elon was the first and largest investor into OpenAI, which was the non-for-profit company that was going to build models to empower the planet. I think this was in their, I don't know, mission statement. Not the exact words, but you get it. And then OpenAI gets in and starts charging a bunch of money with their services. They partner with Microsoft, and they're generating an incredible amount of revenue and losing an incredible amount of money. Elon had bailed at some point, at which I think he deemed that they weren't going to be successful or weren't interesting. But then when OpenAI started charging a bunch of money and not doing what, let's say, Meta's doing with Llama, things got a little dicey. There were lawsuits that were filed. Elon filed them against OpenAI. There was a social media attack. I think he called it closed AI. Even suggested, and Elon, had
Altman.
Yeah, Scam Altman. He had some. He had a temper tantrum and a meltdown here. So there have been talks about separation between the nonprofit OpenAI and the for-profit AI. Investors want to see some paybacks. Sam Altman, who does not officially have any ownership stake in OpenAI, he would like some payment too. By the way, Sam has really nice cars, by the way.
Yes, for a guy that owns none of OpenAI and does this all out of the goodness of his heart, that Koenigsegg is a nice, I think that's like a $3.5 million car.
Yeah, but I digress. So essentially, when you're going for another round of funding and you're trying to separate from the nonprofit mothership, it all comes down to valuation. And there are some questions on whether, this, what was it, a 95 or so $billion, I don't know the exact number here, but essentially the debate is this real, or is this to slow down and make this process of valuation and divestiture from the mothership more rocky than it is. So anyways, I do believe this is just yet another way to interfere with this. I do understand where Elon's coming from. He pours all this money in under the guise, and then he sees no value. I also do think, even though Elon hasn't talked about it, is he's petrified about unbridled AGI and what it can do to the planet. So Daniel, I'll pass the baton over to you.
Yeah, if I was smart enough to be inside his head, I would probably have a better opinion. But let's just say I have a few things. I think one is there's some gamesmanship. I think when you function, live, and operate at the level that Elon and Sam Altman live at, that there is some, the combination of utilizing the court of public opinion, the utilization of the actual courts, the leverage. Some of this is also about staking and creating some tension in valuation. Right now they're talking about raising another 20 or so billion, maybe more, from SoftBank at a $240 billion valuation. Absurd. I mean, you're talking about a company that's losing billions of dollars every year and burning cash. It has they have some important IP, but very interesting how you kind of come to that valuation. There's an increased amount of competition in this space. I mean, just a few weeks ago, we thought DeepSeek was the end of OpenAI. And now you're going to tell me they're worth another 100 billion more than they were worth 3 months ago. Now you put some sort of question marks around the real valuation. You put some, consternation in the board. You create some division potentially between the board and the CEO, which there's already been in this company in the past. certainly, as you said, Pat. I mean, Elon has actually publicly said he's uncomfortable with what AGI means to the future. He seems to have a different opinion about it than maybe Sam Altman does. At the same time, also, like the idea that OpenAI completely abandoned its mission, it abandoned its early investors, it abandoned its commitments to being open and open source and open research. I mean, when you and I met with Jan LeCun, I mean, you couldn't hear like the people like in these statures that really are the leading thinkers in the world about what AI is and should be and what the process is and going to AGI. Nobody that really seems to understand it seems to think it's a great idea for this black box to be a black box. So I think there's all kinds of different games being played here. And I think in the end, Elon wants to slow it down. And, if there's anyone in the world that can do it, it's him.
Totally. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Just if nothing, getting the popcorn out, the entertainment